today we're driving 3 amazing Honda Civic Si models at the Great Lakes Vintage Honda Collection. And I'm going to go out and say and call these Honda's golden era from 1990 to 2000, when they made the most advancements and had the most interesting cars. And these were the 3 Honda Civic Sis that came from that era. So, some specs of each. This is a 1991 Honda Civic Si. It has a naturally aspirated 1.6 liter D16 engine producing about 106 horsepower-ish. We drove this car last year and it was pretty awesome. This one is kind of about the chassis dynamics, how you feel in the driver's seat, what you feel on the steering wheel, what you feel in the seat. Up next, we have the 1995 Honda Civic Si. This one never came in the United States, which is extremely exciting. This has a naturally aspirated, also 1.6 liter D16 engine, now with a VTEC. This is the first Honda Civic Si to offer VTEC. This one's kind of a middle child. We've never driven one of these before, so we'll get some real live first-time impressions today of what this one drives like. And then in the center here, we have the all-time classic and favorite, the 1999 Honda Civic Si, chassis code EM1. It says a also 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine, B16, which is everybody's favorite Honda engine, producing now a muscular 160 horsepower. This car behind me, the EM1, is all about the engine, a little less about suspension. The engine was the heart of this one. So today we're going to drive all 3 of these awesome Honda Civic Si models and make a verdict. Which one's the best? Do we like the chassis the best, the engine, or maybe somewhere in the middle? Alright, so we are in the 1991 Honda Civic Si. This is the EF hatch. This is an iconic car. Honestly, I might even go as far as to say this is the car that put Honda on the map. This generation of Civic Si was kind of the first Civic Si with the modern Honda flavor and the modern era. Of course, this is, over 30 years old now, but it's still kind of reminiscent of a lot of the cars Honda are still making today, and this kind of created that formula. Now, in this car, we only have 100 horsepower, so you really gotta work for the power in this car. It's all about the chassis, non-VTEC, just a regular old D16 4-cylinder. They were indestructible, they were reliable, and most importantly, despite not having VTEC, they were still plenty of fun. Manual steering, and you can really lean into the body roll. This car is a lot of fun, and honestly, you don't really know what to expect when you hop in a car of this age, because a lot of cars from 30 years ago all feel different. Some feel modern, some feel really old, and you can never quite tell. But this one, it's got the perfect blend of both. It just feels great. You feel so much in this car, in the driver's seat, and the steering wheel, the seat you're sitting in, the shifter. Oh, the shifter, classic Honda shifter, feels amazing. When you're changing gears too, you get a little bit of an engine stumble. It's not perfect, it's not refined. Really, this is an 80s car continued. Brakes don't feel that amazing, but that's okay because you don't have too much power. Nothing in this car is overpowering. The engine, the transmission, the brakes, the general level of handling, it all feels very in tune with itself. doesn't have the same climax that VTEC Hondas have. It doesn't go it doesn't have that same climax, but you know what? It still loves the rev, and it encourages you to really get it up into the rev range and actually use the power. And that's really what put Honda on the map. It's the playfulness, the tossability, the general level of fun. It's refined enough. I mean, relative to late 80s, early 90s car standards, you know, it was decent. It was a decent car. You could use it to go to point A to point B. But you had an engine that liked to rev and a chassis that encouraged you to, you know, throw it around, put it through its paces a little bit. It just feels good. There's not too much else that needs to be said about this car. It just drives well. It's very balanced. It feels great in the driver's seat. It's fun to throw around. It's the perfect size to use in everyday life and use in the city especially. And it's just loads of fun. You hop in this car, you start throwing it around a little bit, and a smile just comes right onto your face. Alright, behind the wheel of the EJ Civic Si. What do I have to say about it? There's a lot of great things to say about this car. It feels very similar to the EF in a lot of ways that we just hopped out of, the 91. But it's kind of an improvement across the board. Everything in this car just feels a little more sharp, a little more dialed in. It corners a little flatter. It's a little more refined, but you don't lose out on any feedback. A little less steering feel. This does have power steering, that is manual steering. I mean, you're not going to be manual steering for steering feel, but it's still very good. And it offers a ton of feedback for the driver. It has a fair amount of body roll, but it leans into itself, and it feels very composed. In my opinion, more so than the EF and the EM1 that came after it. Now we got another fun section coming up. Car's so flat, it just encourages you. Ugh, I hate doing that. I tap the limiter. So limiters are like 6,800 or 7,000 RPM. It doesn't even go on a red line, interestingly enough. It's eager to rev. It wants you to push it hard. I mean, it's the classic Honda formula. It's just a fantastic driving car. You don't even have to use VTEC in this to really get torque out of it. I don't know, I think that 126 horsepower, it might all be top end, but I feel like it's kind of pretty even across the power band. Like even the mid-range feels a little juicier than the EF. Compared to the EF hatch, the EJ Honda Civic Si, it honestly, it drives better in every way, in my opinion. It's more playful, more tossable. There's a little less steering feel, but a power steering versus non, that's probably why. But the engine, it feels more eager to rev. The car feels more flat, it's stable. I mean, you know, call it crazy saying that, you know, the later car that comes out is an improvement over the original, but this truly is in every way. You know, sometimes when you get the newer generations of cars, you lose something from the old car. That's very common. But in this, I don't think you do. what a wonderful car to drive. I'm falling in love with this thing. I like the EM1 after it, that one a lot. That's everybody's favorite. I like the EF before it, but this car does it for me. I don't know what it is. It feels good. It feels good, everybody. This is already beating my expectations from the driver's seat. I mean, it's a Honda. You knew it was going to be good. But I wasn't quite sure how good, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Alright, driving the EM1 Civic Si. This is a 1999 model year. First model year for this, and second to last. They didn't make these for very long. So, notable differences. Well, for starters, we have power windows, which we did not have in the 1991 or the 95 Civic. I will say overall driver's feedback is reduced. You know, this has a ton of driver's feedback relative to modern cars, but I mean, when you put it next to that and the EJ Civic, then you kind of really see what you're missing out on. However, in place of that driver's feedback, you get a fair amount more torque and power. You know, I never saw this as a fast car, and to be honest, those didn't feel super slow. They kind of felt, you know, correct for the car. But then you hop in this, and you now feel the power you're missing. Brake pedal also feels way better in this. The whole car feels a little more confidence-inspiring in that regard. VTEC is way more pronounced in this. This is a V16 engine, like we said at the start of the video. 160 horsepower, so an almost 40 horsepower increase over the EJ. This is the Honda that everybody knows and loves, the EM1 Civic Si. This is really what got Honda into the definite mainstream here in the United States. Now, something I will say is this does feel a little more front-end plowy than the other two. It has more engine, but it's also a little bit heavier. And I mean, it's still 2,600 pounds, which is nothing. But I mean, 2,600 pounds, you know, it's like 200 pounds heavier than the EJ Civic. I wouldn't call this a heavy car by any means, but when you're comparing it to these two, it does feel its weight a little more. It feels just a little bit weightier. The era of Hondas, when they got that, and it just encourages you to bang, 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 bang. Not necessarily slamming the gears, so to speak, because we are going to be nice to this car. It is a very nice example. We'd like to keep it that way, but it does encourage you to shift it a little bit quickly. Whereas the other two, you kind of want to take your time, you know, go a little bit slower. The car's kind of going at its own pace. Body roll. Honestly, less body roll in both the other two. The more modern the Civics get, the less body roll they have. Honestly, you can honestly probably just summarize that too. The more modern the car gets, the less body roll it has. This still has a fair amount of body roll to keep it nice, soft, and supple, and not overwhelm the driver necessarily with body roll, and not overwhelm the driver with harshness in the road. The suspension is still nice and soft and compliant. The heart of this car is the engine. Like we said at the start of the video, this one is all about the engine. The chassis is very much still good, but it's not as well balanced. This one feels a lot more engine heavy. The engine screams you at 6,000 RPM and it tells you, hey, look at me, I'm the engine, look at how awesome I am. To its credit, to the credit of this car, the engine is very good and it commands the presence that it deserves. Now we have the AC on because it is very hot outside today. I'm sweating. Sorry viewers, the car will make just a little bit less horsepower. It's a Honda, it loves the rev. This is this is the quintessential Honda Civic Si. This is the one that made Honda famous in the United States. And there's a reason why. It's truly, truly a fantastic car to drive. We've now driven all three golden era Honda Civic Si's. This one was about the chassis, this one was about the engine, and this one was a bit of both. Which one was my favorite? Unexpectedly, the EJ. I don't know what it is about this car, but it just speaks to me in a certain way that the other two just don't quite. They're all very good, but this one, it's just a perfect blend of driver's feedback, chassis balance, engine, and it's just a really enjoyable experience. Okay, so Daniel and Chris, YouTube channel is up on screen. They both just drove these. And this is Brent, the owner of these fine Hondas. I'm gonna get everybody else's opinion as to what you guys think of these Civics. Chris, you go first.
It was really refreshing driving a Civic without power steering. It just felt so light and so just pure. I mean, the roll down windows,
exactly,
mechanical mirrors. For the EM1, the V16 is the hero. This engine just is fantastic. It was a little bit trickier to drive though, and that's why the EJ I think spoke to me the most, because it combined just a lightweight chassis with really good suspension tuning, decent brakes, great shifter. Didn't quite have the same like drama with VTEC coming on because it's just still a single overhead cam. Definitely the engine here was the highlight, but as an overall package, I was shocked that I really enjoyed this the most.
Me too. No, this was the biggest surprise, and they didn't even put a badge on this. It's a sticker.
Yeah. You don't think it looks like anything. It just looks like a Civic DX or EX.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Chris on that. On this one, I love how you have to work harder. It's less refined, and that's refreshing. And I'm not really a fan of hatchbacks, but I love this car. Driving this thing, it's just incredible. And then the EM1, this one checks all the boxes for me. I love the way it looks. This is my favorite color in this car.
Yes.
And then, yeah, the B16, just like Chris was saying, this thing is a powerhouse. When it hits VTEC, it just roars, man. It's amazing. But this one right here was the biggest surprise.
I think that's the common denominator here. No one expects anything out of this car.
I love the way this one drove down the road. It was just so comfortable. The seats, Brent was saying they're more Recaro-like, which I feel like they are, yeah. I used to have a 1998 Acura EL 1.6, which is just like the EX.
Yeah.
That was a Canadian car too. And this reminded me of that, and I had that for years. I put over 300,000 miles on it. Incredible car, so I was a little bit biased towards this one. So.
All right, this is Brent, the owner of these fine Honda Civics. Brent, which one's your favorite?
I'm going to go with the EM1.
EM1, okay.
Again, I love the chassis, engine. Color's a big thing for me, which you can probably tell these all big shades of blue and green.
All the press colors.
You got it. The engine in this never fails to put a smile on your face, 100% of the time. Again, all of them completely reliable, basic maintenance, great cars overall.
Yeah, it's like picking your favorite children. You can't quite. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the three golden era Honda Civic SIs. There you go. Comment down below which one was your favorite. Which one do you like the most? And tell us why. Like the video if you want to see more awesome stuff like this. You should totally subscribe because we're going to have awesome more content, car content like this. So, yeah, catch you later.
Feels like I've been doing